Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Zalits, and today we're going to be talking about Kuja, my homeboy from Final Fantasy IX. Now, as we all know, Kuja won the Twitter contest I don't want to say a few days ago. I guess it was more like almost a week ago now. He won the Twitter contest between him, Lena, and Quistis. So now he's going to be coming out tomorrow night, and I'm actually really excited for this. I've told you guys, like, I've been on the fence about pulling for him, but I actually think that I may be pulling for him because as much as it sucks that I have to wait for, like, I just don't want to wait for so long to be able to pull, because I really want Kuja. I really like his character. I really like the kind of person that he is in the game Final Fantasy IX itself. So anyways, let's get on into what Kuja is and what he does. So Kuja is a magic attacker, as it says here, as we know. If you haven't seen what he's like on the JP version, or if you haven't seen any of his gameplay at all, Kuja has quite a few very high damaging abilities as a magic damage dealer. He has no physical attacks. He's just a pure, well, we've seen him inside of the most recent co-op, so everybody must have seen him by now. So aside from that, he let's look at his stat table here, stat chart. So he has a modest average HP attack at 3 stars. Not too bad. I mean, we'll get into that later on when we get to like what he should be running on his running for his kit with artifacts and such. He has very low HP at 2 stars. He has terrible defense. Like he's gonna be very, very squishy. I mean, it's obvious because he's not really wearing armor or anything like that, so you can't really expect him to be that tanky anyways. He has a whopping 5-star max bravery, so he's gonna be doing a lot of damage as an attacker. He has very, very high speed at 5-star, which not very many attackers have. It's surprising because Kuja is actually very, very fast. He has a lot of initial bravery, which, I mean, it pairs well with what he does, so he'll be able to get to that high damage cap a lot easier, and then that rounds that out. And then his stat table here, you know, it's pretty average. You know, he has, like, you know, he has very low HP. His initial bravery is fairly high. His max bravery is obviously at the maximum that it can be for base. His attack is okay, and his defense is very, very low. But anyways, what is with these names? I don't know what's going on with the city database, but their names for these characters, I don't know what's coming. I don't know what that is. Anyways, let's move on to his command ability so I can talk about that a bit more. Alright. So his first command ability here, we see Ring Holy. It is a 3-hit Holy Bravery magic attack that if there's more than one enemy, the bravery attacks are randomly dispersed, which we see if you remember from the co-op event that we had. When he uses Ring Holy, it'll be spread throughout all 3 members of your party, and it'll deal 1 hit to each one of them. However, if it is on single target, all 3 attacks will be launched at that one target, so it can deal some very, very massive damage. It also grants 2 stacks of Soul Divider, and Soul Divider, this is actually his most important, you know, self buff. It raises his max bravery based on the number of stacks and grants bravery regen. Okay, so what's important about this is that you have to learn how Soul Divider works. So basically, you ring Holy, and then you use like Ultima or whatever, and then once because both, well, when we get to Ultima, I'll talk about that. But basically, both Ultima and Ring Holy grant 2 stacks of Soul Divider. But once you're at that 4, like the stack of 4 Soul Divider, he'll do a plus version of that attack. So now we see Ring Holy Plus. It is a 3-hit stronger bravery attack, but it also removes the Soul Divider buff. So you have to restack it. You have to continue to do that. It's kind of almost, think of it almost like an ace kind of effect, where, you know, you have to use an ability, you get the cards, and then you use another ability and it wastes the cards, and it does a much, much stronger version of the attack itself. And then obviously the condition is at 4 Soul Divider stacks, which when you use 2 of these, you'll be at 4 stacks. So, and then he has Ultima, which is going to be his main source of damage. Is it a 9-hit Bravery plus HP attack? If there's more than one enemy, the bravery hits are randomly dispersed and the HP damage is equally divided amongst the enemies. Now, the reason that this is so good is that Kuja will probably be our first major AoE damage dealer that we've gotten in the game so far. I'm actually super excited for this because we don't really have too many AoE HP attackers, and he will be one of those first characters that can do so. And his damage is it's going to be very good, especially since we have Saz, and you know, pair him with Saz and Ad. I can only imagine what that combo is going to be like. But anyways, this ability Ultima also grants 2 stacks of Soul Divider, and then as we saw previously, the Soul Divider raises max bravery based on the number of stacks and grants bravery regen as well. Now, this is where it gets important. This is where you want to be using your Soul Divider stacks. When he gets Ultima Plus, it repeats the attack a second time and removes Soul Divider. Break bonus is applied again if an enemy is broken during the second attack. This is probably the reason why he's such a strong AoE HP attacker, because once you unlock that Ultima Plus ability, that second barrage of AoE is going, it just does massive damage altogether. And of course, we won't really see this shine until he gets his, you know, his awakenings, until he gets his EX weapons, and so on and so forth. As many people will say, you know, but I'm not looking at his EX abilities or anything like that. I'm not looking at his 60 enhancement. I'm just looking at him as a character. This is the reason why I'm pulling for him. I really do like his character. His persona is I find it to be very, very cool. Like, even though he may not look cool, I've said this before, even though he may not look cool, his personality, like the reason, like his whole persona inside of Final Fantasy IX is what really attracts me to the character itself. He's very calm, he's very collected. His strategies are just absolutely incredible. Everything that he does is like, he always has to be the center of attention. He always has to be in the now, if that makes sense. He's crazy, and that's the reason why I like this guy. But anyways, that's enough. I'm just talking right now. Moving on, we have his EX ability, the Force Symphony. This is what his EX ability is once that, you know, rolls around in like 7 months, 6-7 months. So it is a 5-hit AoE Bravery plus HP attack, moderately raises bravery based damage against a single target. 100% HP damage is dealt to all targets, grants 4 stacks of Soul Divider, and grants Dark Messenger for 5 turns. Now, this, like, his EX ability is what makes him so strong in the JP version, and it is because this, well, as you can see here, it does a lot of damage to everything, not only just one target, but to everything. It's crazy. But basically, what it does is, like as it says here, Soul Divider is not dispelled after using Ring Holy Plus or Ultima Plus while Dark Messenger is active. This is what's the crazy part about it. When you use his EX ability, you have access to the Ultima Plus and the Ring Holy Plus to deal an extraordinary. It's just crazy how much AoE damage he does. I mean, obviously he's been outdone by newer characters at this point. I mean, he's still a very, very strong HP attacker, but he's been, like, there are new characters who have taken up that mantle of being the strongest right now. But he is extremely strong with his EX ability, and that is why so many people are attracted to him. I could care less about the EX ability. I'd care more about the character himself, like who Kuja is, like I said previously. But anyways, moving on from the EX ability, we have his Bravery Plus attack, which is also when what is it, Symphony of Stars? It's is that his? I'm not sure what weapon that is, but I think that's his EX weapon. Could it be his EX weapon? I'm not sure. Anyways, we'll find that out later. But it's his Bravery Plus is a 1-hit bravery attack that grants 2 stacks of Soul Divider, requires Turbid Core's passive condition while Symphony of the Stars passive is equipped. So yes, it does take his EX weapon to activate this, both his HP attack plus and his bravery attack plus. Moving on to his HP attack plus, it is a 1-hit bravery plus HP attack that grants 2 stacks of Soul Divider and also requires a Turbid Core, which is his EX weapon, as we see here. So overall, later on in the game, Kuja becomes a force to be reckoned with. This guy is no joke. He is I like to say he's probably one of the only real threatening Final Fantasy character villains that, you know, that you will see in any Final Fantasy game. You know, he actually destroyed a planet. Did you guys know that? This guy is strong enough to destroy a planet. He annihilated his homeworld. You know, he's just crazy. He got angry at, you know, the fact that he was created. Like he's just insane. He just does I don't know. Anyways, I keep getting sidetracked. I really like Kuja. So, moving on to his passive abilities here, Ring Holy Power Up. you know, slightly raises bravery damage dealt by Ring Holy. That's always good. Break speed up, slightly raises speed for 1 turn after breaking an enemy. Not too bad. I mean, it also adds to his speed, so I mean, I'm not sure if you're, I mean, that's always going to come in handy, especially because he's a fast character. I'm not sure, it depends on like what you're balancing between your CP, your artifacts and whatnot, but that might not be that important. Break bonus up, slightly raises break bonus after earning, or after breaking an enemy. That's always pretty good. That gives you a fair bit amount of max bravery back. Not max bravery, just bravery back. Ultima 9 power up. Slightly raises bravery damage dealt during or by Ultima, which is that's also another good one. Bravery speed up, slightly raises speed and bravery when bravery is over 50%. This one's not too important, but you know, if you don't have anything else to put your CP points into, that's always a good option. Ring Holy charge increases the max uses of Ring Holy by 1, always good. Buff attack up, slightly raises attack while buffed. That is also a very good one because he buffs himself, as we saw. He's always going to have those buffs up. So Ultima attack up, slightly raises attack for 1 turn after using Ultima, similar to Cloud when he uses Cross Slash. So that's also really good. He obviously buffs himself a lot while he's using his abilities. What I'm noticing here is that he doesn't have a. I don't think so. I don't think he has an extra Ultima. An extra Ultima use passive here. Let me actually. I should have checked that out. I'm sorry. I'm just backtracking a little bit before we move on. He has. This is probably not gonna help. He has 8 max uses, but I think this is when his 60 enhancements come out, and he has 6 max uses of Ultima. But I think that's when the 60 enhancements come out. So I'm not sure. I'm not too sure how much he's gonna start the when he's released. I'm not too sure how many he's gonna actually have. He'll probably have something like I don't know. We'll see. And then his level 50 crystal passive here is Soul Conductor. Slightly raises max bravery and speed while buffed. Now, as we can recall, he has an extraordinarily high amount of max bravery, so this is gonna be pretty good to have as a level 50. And moving on, this is when he reached this is when 60 enhancements roll around. These are gonna be his level 60 enhancement buffs. So this probably won't happen for a very, very long time to come. But you know, when that time comes, it's just gonna make him a lot better. So his level 54, he gets buff speed up, slightly raises speed while buffed, again to encourage that he's very fast. He's a very agile character. Ring Holy Extend increases Ring Holy's max uses by 1, increases its number of hits to 6, which is absurd. Like that's a lot of rings. Slightly raises its total potency. Bravery stolen from the target can overflow up to 120% on max bravery. That's actually really, really good because I don't want to say not many, but it's good that he can overflow. That's another good thing. Grants 1 more Soul Divider stack after using Ring Holy, which means that he doesn't have to. He's gonna be getting a whole bunch of Soul Divider stacks anyways, but it just increases that amount so you don't have to use as many. Triggers an HP attack after using Ring Holy Plus, which is also very good. It converts that ability because it's not normal. It's just a bravery attack at first, but with this it'll become an HP attack as well, a bravery plus HP attack. His level 58 passive is buff attack and boost up, moderately raises max bravery and attack while buffed. Now this one is, like I said, I've talked about this before. As an attacker, these are your 2 most important attributes to have, your 2 most important stats. More is what I should have said. Max bravery and attack are what are gonna make you deal more damage as an attacker. So having these 2 stats is always gonna be good to have. And then at the end, when he reaches level 60, he gets Ultima Extend, increases the max uses of Ultima by 1, turns it into a 9-hit fully AoE bravery plus HP attack. No random targets, grants more Soul Divider stacks after using Ultima, or grants 1 more, I should say, and tremendously raises the potency of the second set of Ultima Plus hits. This is basically where he earns his keep when in the JP version. Like once you get to this level 60 passive, it is when he just completely blows everything out of the water and he just destroys everything that he comes into contact with. So this is his 60 enhancements are very, very strong, guys. Of course, he won't have this at the start when he releases. He'll be good, but he just won't be as amazing as he will be in a few months from now. But anyways, let's move on to his gear list here. So Turbid Cores is his EX weapon here. Equips the ability Force Symphony that we saw earlier in the command abilities. His 35 CP is his Sparkling Cores. Increases the potency of Ultima and Ultima Plus. Increases its max uses by 1. Grants small max bravery up and small magical attack up for 5 turns, which is good. In case you don't have Ash, he can buff himself up with magic attack up, so he's going to be an extremely powerful attacker. And grants 3 stacks of Soul Divider instead of 2. Lowers its action delay. This is actually incredibly good. This is like a mandatory weapon that you're going to need to have if you're going to hope to succeed with Kuja, of course. And then his 15 CP Brilliant Cores increases the potency of Ring Holy and Ring Holy Plus. Grants 3 stacks of Soul Divider instead of 2. So now that I see these two, the 15 and the 35 CP, now it makes sense why his 16 enhancements give 1 extra stack of Soul Divider, because that way, with the 1 extra stack, it turns it into like you just use 1 and it automatically gives you all 4 stacks of Soul Divider. So you're just able to keep spamming abilities left and right, left and right. So it makes sense like why it's so powerful at the end when everything is all said and done. Moving on, we have his Egoist Ring, which is his armor, and it gives him initial bravery plus 110 and max bravery plus 220. Now, I'm all for him having max bravery. However, I do wish it would have had attack instead of initial bravery. I feel like initial bravery isn't too important of a stat, but you know what? It's whatever, I guess. You know, at least they gave him the max bravery, which is what he really wants. But anyways, you can't always have too much attack on these characters, because if he had more attack, he'd probably be very, very, very well more overpowered than he already is in the JP version. But anyways, let's move on to his artifacts here. So he gets buff guard up, raises defense power by 5% while buffed with the 1-star version, and then 10% with the 2-star version. Soul Conductor up increases the effects of Soul Conductor by 2%, and then increases it by 5% with the 2-star version. And as we saw, the Soul Conductor is what I believe it was speed and max bravery. So that's not a bad one. That's actually not bad. That's a pretty good one. Ring Holy power up raises the bravery damage dealt by Ring Holy by 5% and then 10% with the 2-star version, and then obviously his Ultima power up, which raises the bravery damage dealt by Ultima by 5% with 1-star and 10% with the 2-star version, which is probably the one that you're going to want to be stacking the most of. Now, as far as what his passes will probably what you'll probably be wanting to use as his passives, because forgive me, I don't actually play the JP version, so I'm not too familiar as to what people use for passes on this guy. But if I had to name some really good artifacts to go for, obviously max bravery, attack of course is another one, and then this is probably what I'm gonna go for, I should say. So obviously I'm probably gonna be trying to go for Ultima power up, attack 108s, and 330 max braveries. Those are probably going to be my go-to artifacts, at least for Kuja. Soul Conductor can be good, I guess, if you want more max bravery, although it's only a 5% boost, which is not bad, but I mean, I don't think you really, I mean, you can't ever go bad with having too much max bravery, but if you can't cap out with all the stuff, you know what I mean, like, attack is just going to be a much better stat overall, especially considering that his attack is not that strong to start with. You're probably going to want to be going for a much more attack than you would max bravery. So let's alright, so now that we've covered all his stuff here, let's move on to the gacha simulator portion of this video, and I'll be going over there in just a second. Okay, so here we are on the gacha simulator banner for Kuja, Yuna, and Setzer. Now I want to go ahead and give a shout out to subscriber Chris Inger, or I hope that's how you pronounce that. He set up an amazing spreadsheet for me to be able to show off, and well, not show off, but you know, to show you guys, so that the information that I have to show here for these simulated draws is more presentable and stuff. He even set up notes and everything for me. So, you know, I want to take this time out to say thank you for creating this. It'll make the information look much more presentable. It looks a lot better than, you know, for those of you who have been with me for a while, the handy dandy notepad where I had to just constantly be switching everything around and moving all this other stuff. So I really appreciate this, dude. I can't thank you enough for this. But anyways, let's go ahead and start. Well, actually, let me go ahead and explain a little bit about this for those of you who don't know how I do things here. So across here we have the going down across the column here, we have the draw attempts. Okay, I'm gonna do, you know, 10 batches of data as draw attempts. So basically what that means is I'll have 10 sets of data to try and get just one of these 15 and 35 CPs for Kuja, Yuna, and Setzer. So across the top here, we'll be seeing, or across the row here, I'll be putting down how many draws it took to get just one of each. And then over here, he put a nice little table over here where I can put down, how many weapons I got overall, how many off banner, how many of the 15 and 35 CPs I got all together while doing all of these draw attempts. And then once we finish all that, since he set up the spreadsheet to calculate everything for me, and down here he set up once everything's all said and done, he set up the spreadsheet to calculate the sum, and it'll show all the information here, and then it'll round up how many number to get the number of draws per weapon for us here. So with that being said, let's go ahead and just get on into doing these draws. And as I always say, take this part of the video with a grain of salt, because RNG is RNG, and you may get everything with one draw, or you may get nothing after over 100 draws, and you might not get anything at all, because that's just how RNG works. And of course you'd have to do much more draws to get a more representative answer to that of how many draws you'd need to get each weapon. But this is just a short, little concise way for me to show you guys what the draw rates are, and I hope that you guys understand what I'm trying to say there. So let's get on into this, and let's go ahead and do the first draw here. Alright, so the first draw, let's see, what do we get here? Okay, so we got 2 off banner here. So basically what I'm gonna do is, since we didn't get anything, I'll just put 2 in the off banner section, and now we'll continue on. Nothing from the first draw. Okay, so on the second draw we got 2 more off banner, and we got 1 Kuja 15 CP. So I'll go to the first row there, type in a 1, and then I'll go put in a 1 there for Kuja, and then I'll add 2 more to that. Now let's move on to the next draw. And we got Kuja, Yuna 35 CP, so now we're going to go add Yuna's 35 CP for Yuna, and then we'll put a 1 there. Alright, not looking too bad. Draw number 4, we got another off banner, unfortunately, so let's put that there. Moving on, number 5 doesn't. 2 more off banners. This banner is not looking too hot, guys. I gotta say this is not looking very pretty. Another off banner. Jeez, what is this? This is probably like one of the worst banners so far. All right, so on the 7th draw we got Kuja's 35 CP. So let's go ahead and type that in there. Kuja 35 CP. Got one, and then I think there was an off banner on there as well. Yep. So now we gotta add that as well. So put that up to 9. And moving on, we still need about 3 weapons, I believe. Yeah. So and we just got 2 more off banners, so we gotta put that up. Things are not looking too hot. Not looking hot at all. 2 more off banners. Jesus, what is going on here? All right, we got Setzer's 35 CP on what draw was this? This is the 10th draw. Oh boy, this is. I don't know about you guys. This is not looking so hot. This is not looking very good. So we got 1 there, and I believe there was another off banner there. So we're gonna have to increase that. All right, number 11 right here, and 1 more Setzer 35 CP. So we're gonna add another 1 to this. Make that 2, and then we got another off banner here, so that'll be 15. Still looking for Yuna and Setzer's 15 CP. Hopefully it doesn't take us too long to get those, like we've seen in the past, where it can take a significantly long time to get those. So we're on pool number 12. This is the 13th, and we got another Kuja and Setzer, or a Kuja 15 CP and a Setzer 35. So we're gonna add that. Setzer 35 looking pretty good right now, but then we also got an off banner too. So let's add that. Oh boy. Alright, another Kuja 15 and off banner, so I'll put that up to 19, and we'll put that up to 3. Alright, so it looks like this is Kuja and Setzer's show here, because Yuna does not want to show up. This banner is not looking good. This is not looking good. Oh my lord. You'd think that because there's 3 Papalimo. What is Papalimo's weapon do? What is this? Hello? 2 off banners. Okay, so alright, make that 23. 24 actually, I'm sorry. There's 2 there. So we're going to continue on. Still haven't gotten Setzer. 2 more. What in the world is this banner? What is going on? I hope they're not all like this. Alright, so another Yuna 35 CP. I mean, that's still not saying anything. Like, you know, we're still looking for the 15 and the 15 CPs, but we're just not seeming to get them. Oh, almost at 20 pulls here. Actually, I think this is 20. Yeah, this is 20 pulls right here. We got another off banner. Oh goodness, goodness golly, this is not looking good. All right, another Kuja 35 CP. That's still not saying much. And 2 more off banner. We're already at 31 off banner. You know, 5 stars, and it's just not good. All right, so we got Setzer's 15 CP there on the 22nd draw. So let's go ahead and type that into this. Setzer's 22, and we got 2 more off banners on top of that. So we're gonna type in 1 for Setzer and 2 there. All right, so let's just keep going because we still got to get Yuna. All right, another off banner and Setzer for, you know, Kuja 35 or 15 CP. All right, let's see. Oh, but I'm sorry about this, guys. This is not looking good. This is horrible. I'm sorry you guys have to sit through this. I did not expect for the pull race to be this abysmal. Even though I won't be pulling for Yuna, you know, I'm just saying I'm not pulling for Yuna, so this wouldn't matter to me. But for those of you who are pulling for Yuna, I feel really bad. Wait, did I add that for Yuna as well? Alright, let's add that one for Yuna. I do believe I added the other one. So, let's keep going. Another one. What is going on? Yo, this is crazy, guys. Like, we're almost at 30 draws here, and we still haven't gotten a Yuna 15 CP. Jeez. Jeez. And you see, like, we still haven't gotten the Astro Rod, so this is, I don't know what to say here, guys. I mean, of course, all this data actually just goes to increase the precision of this, the precision of these results. So, but Yuna is by far the worst unit I've seen when it comes to this. So this is just, I don't know, this is just horrible. Moving on. Still no Yuna 15 CP. So we got another. I'm not sure how much I should continue this, because I mean we have to go until we get it, but it's still like, holy crap. Alright, 2 more. So we're already at 40 off banner. We got another Setzer 15 here. For whatever reason, her 15 CP is just not showing up. And it finally showed up after 32 draws. Oh boy. That's horrible. That is absolutely horrible. So, as you can see, this is the way that things are going to turn out. Now, I'm going to go ahead and continue to do the rest of these, and I'm going to fill out the chart here. So I'll be right back in just a second, so you guys don't have to sit through any more of that like I did. Alright, so here we are with the finished results, and again, Chris, I want to thank you so much, but I have to apologize because I did not realize that I had completely ruined your Kane data table that you made for me to give me an example, and I thought that you wanted me to completely fixed everything as I continued on, but I didn't realize down here that you had made a completely separate, you know, file, a batch file here, or, you know, spreadsheet for Kuja's banner. So I am so sorry, dude. I did not mean to ruin this one, because it was all set up, guys. It was looking cool. Everything was all said and done, but I thought he wanted me to do it on my own. But he had set this one up for me, and I'm so sorry, dude. I still really appreciate what you did, but I just had to say that apology because I completely messed that up. But going forward, it will help me a lot. So, because he even left little notes for me, guys, while doing all these to help me while I'm fixing all this stuff up. So I'm really appreciative of that. But anyways, let's continue on here. So as you can see here, after 10 sets of data, everything is all set here. So essentially for Kuja's 15 CP, it took me about 42 draws altogether. For his 35 CP, it was 74, almost double the first for the 15 CP. For Setzer, we are seeing 76 because his 15 CP, as we saw from that first section, or from that first part, was pretty difficult to get. His 35 CP wasn't as bad. Yuna was the one that was a lot worse. Yuna, for some reason, her 15 CP was like abysmal. The drop rate is just horrible, and her 35 CP is actually the best one to get out of everything. Surprisingly, it was the fastest one to get. I don't know why. It could have just been all RNG, but hey, you know, it's whatever. Anyways, moving on down this spreadsheet here, the draw attempts to get at least one. These are the decimal forms, and if you round these up, you know, divide by 10 because there's 10 sets of attempts here to pull the average from per weapon. So because it was 42, you know, you divide this by 10 because there's 10 sets of data here, and you get respectively about 5 draws to get Kuja's 15 CP. It would take about 8 for his 35, 8 for Setzer's 15 CP, 7 for Setzer's 35 CP, 12 for Yuna's 15 CP. Although I don't think that's going to be quite the case when we actually go to pull for it. And then for Yuna's 35 CP, it is around 3, at least from what the information shows here on the chart from what I got. So on the right side over here are the overall drawn weapons. These are the weapons that I got entirely from doing all 10 sets of data. It doesn't seem like very many. We got a lot more off banner than we did the actual weapons themselves for the characters. But you know, this is just an accurate representation. So basically he set this up so the average draw chance that we have here for each weapon. So for Kuja, from this set of data, we've actually got a fairly good chance, you know, almost 17 and a quarter chance to get his 15 CP, about 12.50% chance to get his 35 CP. Which, I mean, I shouldn't say point when there's a percentage, you know, but you know, you just gotta do it, you know. Anyways, but yeah, you know, 14.88% for Setzer's 15, 16.07 for his 35. And Yuna, we got 10% chance for her 15 CP, and a 13.10% chance for the 35 CP of Yuna's as well. So you know, the 35 CP draw rates don't seem to be that bad. And then for the off banner, trust me, from what we saw earlier, you're definitely gonna get one. So you're almost assured to get off banners on this, if the global version of the banner is similar to the simulator. Although things may change, and hopefully they do, because the banner chances for these weapons were pretty bad. You know, and I just want to point out that he actually set this up so that it would show, you know, the best of the best draws per weapon per attempt. So, you know, it would, and the bad. So, like, you know, you see these outliers, but don't be afraid. If you do this yourself, don't be afraid of the outliers. The outliers just make the information more valuable. The outliers help to make the data more concise, more precise, so that it's more accurate. All right, so don't be afraid if you're doing these simulators. If you get a really high number, if you're trying to do the average, that just makes the average a lot better so that it's more accurate. Anyways, now that we're done with that, let's go on ahead and test out and see if these numbers are actually, you know, precise. So let's see. We're looking at, you know, at max for 15 CP on Yuna is 12, but you know, we're looking at 5 for Kuja and 8 for Setzer overall, and we'll see how many it takes. So like, let's reset this here, and we shall go ahead and see for ourselves. Alright, so here we go. Alright, first draw here. Okay. On the first draw, we got Yuna and Kuja 35 CP. Alright, so that's already and we get, of course we get Yuna's 15 CP. And this is what I'm talking about with RNG, guys. This is what I'm talking about with the RNG. Alright, so we got an off banner on the third draw here. On the fourth draw, let's see, what are we going to get? Another Kuja 35 CP. How about the fifth draw? We're going to get something else. Another off banner for the fifth draw. Now for number 6, we got Setzer 35 CP and a Yuna 35 CP, which is good. Still looking for the 15 CP on Kuja. We got 4 Kuja 35 CPs after 7 draws. And now another 35 CP. Alright, so we're still looking for the 15 CPs there. 15 CP for Setzer right here. So that is the 9th draw there. So looking back on this, we did not get Kuja's 15 CP in within 5 draws, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's RNG. We did get quite a bit of Kuja's 35 CPs. We did get Setzer's 15 CP, I believe, on the 9th draw. So that was 1 over Setzer's 35 CP. We got that pretty early on. We got Yuna's 15 and 35 CP very early on. So right now we're just looking for Kuja's 15 CP. So let's see how much longer it could take. I mean, this is the one that I'm pulling for Kuja, so this is probably the most important part of this this whole thing. So we're on to 11 there, still nothing. 12, still nothing. This is going to be unfortunate if it actually goes very high, but this is all RNG. So another Yuna 35 CP. Off banner. Oh, come on, Kuja. All right, there we go. On the what is this? This is 16, I believe. 16. Yeah. On the 16th draw, we got Kuja 15 CP. So it was about like triple the amount of draws that it took for the average. But it's RNG. You know what I mean? Like it might be like that when we actually draw during the actual live event. But it is what it is. These simulators, they can be good, they can be bad, but RNG is RNG. Hopefully we all get good RNG for those of us who are pulling. And anyways, let's move on into the actual reaction to his trailer from the JP side. Here we are at the video for Kuja's release trailer on the JP side of things. So let's go ahead and look at everything. Let's make sure we lower the volume this time to make sure that our eardrums don't blow out like the last time. So let's go on ahead and check this out. Alright, so let's see here. Again, I don't speak Japanese, so I don't know what they're saying. Alright. Okay. So he's on the ship with Golbez. Yes, we saw this in chapter 9. Okay. I don't know why he said there, but oh, he's with Zazan. Yo, that damage though. Oh. Oh. Dude, look at his max bravery. Yo. Oh, that damage. Yo, this guy, that's gonna be insanely good. I cannot wait. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. Okay. Alright, sorry about that. It's autoplay here. But jeez, did you guys see that damage on Ring Holy? Like, I understand it was elemental, like elemental weakness, but dude, can you imagine that with like Saz buff and Ash buff? You don't really need it, but can you just imagine that with like just look at this. This is crazy. 27, 34, 34. Like, holy crap! And then his Ultima Plus. Oh my lord. That is gonna do some insanely high damage with Saz's buffs. Like, I am so hyped for this guy now, guys. I'm hyped. I am actually hyped for this. Well, I can't wait. I cannot wait to pull for this. Alright, well, that's going to wrap things up for this video, guys. I hope you all got an idea of how Kuja's banner will be on his launch. Later tonight, I will be making a pull video for this guy. So good luck to those of you who are pulling. Anyways, as for what I'm going to be doing next, I'm still going to be working on these lost chapters for you guys, and most likely my very next video will probably be Kuja's story / draws that I'm going to be doing, and then I will continue on with the lost chapters from there. So yeah, until next time, bye guys.